So, PracEdge is a dynamic community. This is a platform where you can maximize your learning potential with the power of networking and expert guidance. With over 21,000 members, we are a dynamic and diverse group of students from 200 plus colleges and backgrounds. Today, we will understand about AI concepts and how AI is rapidly changing our environment and our world. So now we will continue with the talk on AI and data science with Bhavisha Pandit. So let's start with the introduction of Bhavisha Pandit. Sir, can you explain about yourself? And now we will continue the whole concept of AI and data science. Uh, Abhiya, your mic is off. So
Am I audible?
yes, yes.
Awesome. I was saying hi everyone. It's great to be here. Thanks a lot, Vishaka, for this warm welcome. So guys, my name is Bhavisha Pandit, and I'm a data scientist at Rakuten India. Uh, I have been into data science for about like professional career. It's almost 2 years, 2.5 years, but I've been into data science since I was in uh, third year, second year, like that. So it's been 4.5 years till now. It's been a pretty great journey, and till now in these 4.5 years, I'm a LinkedIn content creator. I have over 10 million views across all the social media platforms, including LinkedIn, Twitter, different articles that I have written, etc., etc. Apart from that, I have also mentored, sort of helped above over 2,200 students, college students, in tech, in getting started with data science, etc., etc., etc. And then I'm also a speaker. I've been a speaker at more than 50, 60 events now. I'm a hackathon judge, mentor, and a lot of things. So this is who I am, and in today's session, I would want to walk you all through uh, the generative AI uh, session, which is empowering college students for future job market. Uh, I think my internet is a bit it lags in between, so I'll just switch off my video so that you get to focus more on the things that I'm trying to say, right? And I'm really looking forward to this session, and I really hope you guys get to learn a lot. First, let's understand uh, why is this important, right? So you might have heard like this generative AI, chat GPT, and all of these things are actually banging the doors everywhere, right? And if all of these things are happening, if what you are taking 4 years to study, if some chat GPT or someone using chat GPT can simply generate that output in, let's say, 2 minutes, what is even the point of you studying 4 years then, right? Then anyone can use chat GPT, right? So how would you compete them? How can you get the best placements? How can you make a good career out of it, right? That's a very good question, isn't it? So this session is on that. So let's get started. uh, I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, Pia, it is visible.
Awesome. So I'll walk you through the following five steps, five things in today's session that I've had prepared. The first thing is introduction to generative AI. I know it's people, everyone knows her now, but still, just for the sake of setting up the tone, I'd be uh, talking about generative AI in general, right? Then I'd be talking about a few popular generative AI tools that we all might have heard of. There are a lot, but I'd be talking about just a few. And then where is India in the AI race? And then impact of generative AI on the jobs in India. And what do I mean by jobs? It can be software development jobs, it can be data scientist jobs, machine learning jobs, etc., etc. Front end jobs, anything. And then future of ML engineers, data scientists in India, anywhere, right? So, yep, let's get started. And what is generative AI? That's the first thing, right? So, if we if I tell you what generative AI is, that wouldn't be the best thing. I would want generative AI to tell you all what generative AI is. So, generative AI, basically, you can simply understand that there is a system of artificial intelligence, or there are techniques which are using some they are trained on some good amount of data, and they are generating output for you as per your request. And that is why they name generative AI. So the output that has been generated is generative AI refers to a class of artificial intelligence techniques that are designed to generate new and original content such as images, text, music, etc., etc. Right? These model learn patterns from existing data and then use knowledge to produce novel and realistic outputs. So ChatGPT is one example, one use case of uh, generative AI, where it is built on a large language model called GPT 3.5. We all know that, right? So basically, as the name suggests, generative AI is using artificial intelligence to generate original looking content out there. This content can be written, this content can be an image, this content can be music. This written content you guys already see, you're able to see, right? As far as image is concerned, you might have heard of DALI, you might have heard of Midjourney, etc., etc., right? So that is for, you might have heard of Stable Diffusion, right? By Hugging Face, right? So that is also one sort of generative AI. Then, as far as music is concerned, today itself, I post a link on LinkedIn. I had post something which was on Meta released its own open sourced its music generation AI library, which you all can use, in fact, right, and create awesome music and can potentially add all of these things to your project, which will help you stand out of the crowd and beat the competition and get really good placements. So basically, all of these things you'd be able to do it with the help of generative AI, right? So now since you have understood what generative AI is, this tone is set, right? Now let's see what are the popular generative AI tools. I mean, there are a lot. People now know a lot, right? But I just wanted to cover a few because I didn't wanted the slide to be very occupied, very, very, very filled, right? So mainly these three tools we all have heard of, right? The first one is ChatGPT. It's a large language model that it generates human-like conversations and text, right? Then we have Google Bard, which again is a very well-known tool now, right? It is a direct sort of competition to ChatGPT. It's again a large language model, but it answers questions and helps you with the tasks. The limitation of ChatGPT is that it is not directly connected to the internet. It has data till September 2021, I believe. And but Google Bard, on the other hand, is connected to the internet and it leverages the vast data of Google, and then it has also been connected to the internet. It connects, it sort of uses Google search and then enhances and then gives you results. So both of them are text based, right? Although there are new features that would be added to Google Bard where you'd be able to get images as well, right? Chat GPT, if it is being connected to GPT-4, right, you can get images as well in this case also, right? But just saying. But Midjourney, on the other hand, it helps you create images based on your text. So let's say you want to get an image of Narendra Modi wearing sunglasses and sitting on a beach, for example, right? So Midjourney would be able to help you with that. Isn't it crazy? You might have never seen Narendra Modi sitting, folding his legs, sitting on a chair under the sun on the beach, chilling. You might have never seen, right? Probably Narendra Modi himself wouldn't have seen or would have had sat like that ever. But you'd be able to see how using Midjourney, right? So you might ask, okay, we all know, but how really is the popularity, right? Let's understand it from a very well-known tool. I wouldn't want to talk about all the tools here, but let's see the popularity. So ChatGPT's traction, if you see over the months, has actually gone up, right? So this is a normalized metric, and the source I've gotten this data from is Google Trends, right? So if you see, it is somewhere around 50, 60 units in this scale, right? And within a month, it almost was six folds. It grew six folds, right? A 500% increase. Then again, it was somewhere around to 380, then it is again 390ish, and now it is somewhat around 460, 470 easily, right? So you see over the months, within 5 months, it grew from 50 to near 400, 450, almost nine times, right? So you can simply understand how fast it is going, how fast it is growing. If you remember, when ChatGPT was released, we actually got to know within a month or within 10 days probably, they had actually grew to 1 million users, right? That's insane. So you can simply understand, right, how important ChatGPT is, and if a lot of people are trying to adopt to ChatGPT, then you can simply understand and fathom how important it is. And if it is important, and if you get a hand on it, right, if you get hands on it, then you can leverage such tools to get really good placements, to uh, get your assignments done. Yeah, leave placements. Get your assignments done. So it is a very important thing, right? So let's move on to the next slide to understand where India is in the AI race. So let me tell you why this is important is because if India is at a really good position in AI, right, in the AI race, then it would even be beneficial for you, right? So the more you leverage this tool or such tools, the easier it would be for you. If there is no demand of such tools in India, even if you do it, even if you learn it, right, such skills wouldn't be of any use, right? So that is why it is very important to understand where is India in the AI race and what is the scope of AI development of AI in India. So you might have heard recently that Sam Altman had come to the to our country, right? He met Narendra Modi, and he had interviewed a couple of places. He had gone to Triple IT, Indraprasth, I believe it's to Indraprasth. He had given interview to Economic Times, and all of that had happened, right? So I actually watched all of the videos of Sam Altman to create specifically to create this slide for all of you, so that you guys don't have to go through all of that, right? So when it comes to India, and when it was asked to Sam Altman basically, if you guys don't know, Sam Altman is the CEO of OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, the company behind GPT-4 and all of that, right? So Sam Altman is the CEO of that company. So Sam Altman, guys, he was asked, "What do you think of India? Right? Where is India in the areas?" So Sam Altman told the following three important things. He told a lot of things, guys, but these three things you should definitely understand. Sam says that India is a key player in the global economy and is a rising power in in the region. In what region? In the APAC region, right? And of course, in the world. So India is at a very good place. And now, if you see, he also said that India is committed to developing its AI capabilities and has made significant progress in the years. So from this, you understand that there is an upward trend of development of AI in India. And from the previous point, you understood that India is a growing superpower. It is a rising superpower, right? So more and more opportunities would be coming to India. Second thing, more and more opportunities are coming to India, and India itself is also enhancing its capabilities to get better in artificial intelligence, right? Now, India has really good talent and resources to be a leader in AI development. Now, guys, since see, it's like the rise of China, right? When the labor cost was very cheap in China, and China was actually growing. So a lot of people, a lot of companies, a lot of foreign investment had come into China, and the economy literally exploded. Within a couple of years, 800 million people were pulled out of poverty. Do you guys understand? You guys are talking about getting placements, getting packages of 10 lakhs. If things go well, you'd be able to get the base would start from 30 lakhs, right? A time might come, you never know, right? So such things are very important. He also said that India and US can collaborate in developing responsible AI. So what is responsible AI? So responsible AI basically is using artificial intelligence for social good. If I'm supposed to tell in very layman terms, right? It is utilizing and using artificial intelligence so that uh, it is for the societal good, and it is being used ethically, right? So if you understand, if you see Sam's view, right? He says the people who would be quick learners who would be surfing with the tide of artificial intelligence, who would use AI responsibly and showcase and add value. They would be the leaders, right? So India is an upcoming superpower. It is committed to develop its AI capabilities and has a lot of talent and resources. When it has talent, a lot of companies and investors would show interest in India. So, if you'd ask me, it is a really good time to get into artificial intelligence. If you haven't not till now, if you are someone who is attending this session for the first time, you should definitely get started. You should definitely learn a lot of things. And now you wouldn't even have to Google a lot of things. You can simply go to ChatGPT and ask things, right? So these are a few things which tell us where is India in the AI race. uh, Not necessarily a rank, whether it is fourth, fifth, 14th, second, first. We don't know, right? But we definitely know that it is at a very good position, and the future is really, really good for India. The future is really, really good for people who are living in India and who would be leveraging the opportunities that are coming, right? So let's move on. So now we have understood that since AI would be booming, right? The jobs in AI would increase, right? So where exactly can AI be used in India? There can be a lot of use cases, right? But what exactly are a few? So India still gets a lot of its contribution from contribution to GDP from agricultural sector, right? So here, if you see in the agricultural sector, AI can be used to develop new agricultural technologies that can help improve crop yields and reduce food waste. There still are a lot of people who sleep hungry because they don't get food. So let's say you contribute to a solution which solves this problem. It would be a bang on thing. There would be people fighting for you. They would want to hire you. The ability of you being hireable to like, it is determined by how much value you add, right? So agriculture is one thing. The other thing is healthcare. AI is being used and can be used to develop new healthcare technologies that can help diagnose diseases even more earlier. So recently, I was studying and reading somewhere that there are a few a way has been made where using artificial intelligence you'd be able to determine whether a person would develop a cancer 4 years before it actually appears. 4 years before, right? That is a huge thing. You simply can now understand how many lives you would be saving, right? So it is a very big thing. So the next thing is education. You can AI is being used to develop new educational technologies are being there, which can actually help you in giving a personalized learning experience, right? Which can help improve the marks of students. It will help students learn better, right? So these are a few use cases, and AI can potentially help in education. AI can potentially help in removing the poverty. AI can potentially help in healthcare sector as well. There are a lot of things, right? So till now we have understood what generative AI is. Uh, what are a few important tools, popular tools generative AI has given us, right? Where exactly is India in this race? And what is the future of India? And if India wants to leverage AI, or if it is leveraging AI, what are the few most popular use cases, right, where it is being used, right? So now, if you have understood the flow, you'll understand that you'd want to consider whether we are moving in the right direction or not, right? So that is very important. Now, there are a lot of jobs, right, that are there. Generative AI has come. There are a lot of as I said at the start of this session, you are studying for 4 years, right? And you learned quite a few things. But then the amount of time you took for learning, someone who's simply using a chat GPT would be able to generate the same output in 2 minutes without even studying. So does that mean you'd be jobless? Or does that mean you would not have an employment? Well, let's have a look at it. So let's understand what is the impact of what would be the impact of generative AI on the jobs in India, right? It is very important. It is an integral part for you to understand. Why? Because uh, you would want to know how difficult or how easy would it be to get a job, right? So there are two phases to it. Uh, the first thing is automation basically would eat away the jobs, right? So there is this one study which has been done by McKinsey, right? And it says that up to 800 million jobs could be lost to automation by 2030, and India is one of the countries most at risk, right? So what does that mean? So the jobs that are very, very repetitive, which are very mundane, which do not uh, require any sort of creative thinking or aptitude, those people would get replaced very easily, right? 800 million jobs would be replaced, right? What can be those jobs? Any repetitive job, dishwashing, security guard, or data entry jobs, or any job which doesn't require any logical ability, logical thinking, creative thinking, those jobs. However, AI is now actually getting into those aspects as well, but automation would really eat away those jobs. Now, there is one more thing. Now, so if 800 million jobs are going off, then that means there would be 800 million people who would not have jobs, is it? No. So in India specifically, if I'm supposed to tell you, generative AI can actually bring new jobs. So this is a study done by Access Partnership. I'm actually giving you these names as well, and I would share the PPT as well, right? So you do not really have to read everything. Just focus on what I'm saying, and I'll make sure that it becomes one of the best sessions, and you actually get to learn a lot from this session, right? So this study done by Access Partnership actually tells guys that generative AI could potentially unlock $621 billion of productive capacity in India, which is equivalent to one fifth of GDP in 2021, and which is almost double the GDP of Pakistan. Okay, so generative AI can potentially unlock this much amount of productive capacity in India, one fifth of our GDP and 2x the GDP of Pakistan. So you can understand that there would be a lot of new kinds of jobs that would be coming, right? So one kind of a thing that you might have heard recently because of ChatGPT and all of these things is prompt engineering, right? So just like when Google was booming, when Google had started booming, people who were really good in search engine optimization, SEO roles had started to come in, right? Similarly, when ChatGPT and all of these things have come into picture, prompt engineering has come, and people actually have started putting prompt engineering and uh, using usage of large language models, etc., 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 in their uh, resumes as well, right? So you can simply understand the impact. Yes, different interview. Sorry? Uh, did someone say something? Cool. So,
Hello, Bhavishya. You're not audible.
Hello, Bhaiya, you are not audible.
am I audible now?
Yeah, Bhaiya, you're audible now.
कहाँ तक सुनाई दिया था? Hello?
Yeah, you were asking that whether someone is saying anything or not, and
Acha.
after that you
Oh,
have
okay.
muted yourself.
No, I didn't mute myself. I don't know how it happened. I'm sorry, guys. So I was saying that till now we have understood what how generative AI would unlock the potential in India, right? Now it is important to understand where we are currently right now, and from this space, how it might explode. So currently, we have more than 1 lakh data scientists and ML engineers in India. The rate of growth of data science jobs in India is more than 25%, right? And the average package these people are getting is 10.5 lakhs, right? So you can understand that the potential is huge and the rate of growth is also really good. Again, if you want to check out, you can the source is NASCOM. You can definitely give it a check, right? So till now you have understood that data science in general as a whole would be exploding and generative AI would be adding tons and tons of value. Generative AI would be is accessible to everyone, right? So how would you make sure that you are getting the best out of it, and how generative AI would change the roles that we are having right now? So if generative AI was to remove all these job roles, then all the 1 lakh people would have gone jobless, is it? Or there would be some different kinds of roles that would be that would be expected out of different kinds of responsibilities that would be expected out of data scientists, machine learning engineers, etc., etc. Right? So there are four key changes that would happen, right? Uh, Data scientists, I mean, I've just written data scientist as a whole here. It applies to all the roles, right? Because I just didn't want it to take that much space. That is why I've just written data scientists here, right? So mainly there would be four different kinds of changes that would come, right? Not saying that these things are not there right now, but it is just that data scientists or people who are working in data science, they'll have to emphasize more on such roles, more on such uh, aspects, right? They are namely strategic, business savvy, collaborative, and full of learning, right? So strategic by what do I mean by that is they'll have to focus more on the strategic and creative tasks, right? They'll have to think differently. They'll have to try to add value by using their creativity. They can leverage uh, Chat GPT right now. They can leverage other LLMs, Hugging Face, Bard is there, right? There are a lot of LLMs out there that people can use. Data scientists, data people who are working in data science can use to get creative solutions, right? So it would be strategic, and then data scientists or people working in data science, they'll have to be very business savvy, right? They'll have to focus more on businesses, like how they'd be able to add value to businesses, how they would be able to make more money for the businesses, for the organizations they're working for, right? And now since they have the support of LLMs, right, it would be easier for them to figure out solutions. So they'll have to add more value in terms of that. They'll have to be more collaborative, right? Now also when you are working in corporates, you're working in teams, you have people, you have seniors who are guiding you, or you have your colleagues whom you are working with, you're distributing work and all of that. It would be a bit more, you'll have to do that a bit more, but again it would be collaborative as well. And now data scientists or people working in, I mean, this thing now applies to everyone, yeah, not necessarily to data science roles. If you're someone who's into blockchain, uh, generative AI, data science, front end, software development, whatever that is, right? You'll have to be a lifelong learner now. You simply cannot be complacent. You simply cannot be comfortable now, which apparently is very good. That would actually help you. Being at your toes will help you actually earn a lot of money, right? So it is extremely important. So this is the future of data science roles, right? And this is how generative AI would sort of, I wouldn't say change exactly, but would push these aspects, especially in the data science sector, right? So now you have understood what kind of uh, threats are there to the existing jobs, what possibly can be the new type of data science roles that would come, what are the existing uh, data science roles, what is the rate at which it is growing, what is the average package. You have understood that also. You have understood what future would be, right? Now it is important for you to understand Well, you have understood past, present, future, you have understood everything, right? Now it comes to how would you make sure that you are beating the competition? So let's say you are sitting on a table with 10 other candidates, right? Or you are appearing for an interview for a company which has 10 other candidates. How would you make sure that you are being selected above the rest 10? How would you make sure? So these are a few things that you can actually leverage as a competitive advantage, right? The first thing is validation, right? No matter which technology comes, right? No company, no manager would ever come to you and tell it to you कि भाई तू मेरे लिए पैसा कैसे इतना ज़्यादा कमा के दे रहा है, तू मेरा इतना प्रॉफिट कैसे कर रहा है. There are no complaints when you are adding value. Either save money, either make them earn money, or save their time, right? If all the three you are doing, then you are amazing. Like, why did ChatGPT go viral? It is helping them save money. They don't have to hire more and more people now. It is helping them earn money. Now you can generate and do a lot of things. Someone is generating music and earning money. Someone is generating content and then earning money. So it is saving money. It is saving time because you don't it is doing it instantaneously for you, right? And then it is also helping you earn money. So that is why anything that check marks all the three goes viral like anything, right? So value addition is very important. No manager, just remember again, no manager would come to you and tell, okay, why are you making so much money for me? They would complain only when you're not working for them. So value addition is very important. That would be your competitive advantage. Having a personal brand would be a competitive advantage. Showcase your skills on LinkedIn, showcase your skills on platforms like Twitter, showcase your skills and projects on in hackathons. Have a really good GitHub profile. Have a really, really good resume, right, which talks about the things that you have worked on. Having a good personal brand is very important. You can showcase your skills on by writing articles. Let's say you have worked on something new, write articles. You can do that as well, right? So work on cutting edge technology. Have your fundamentals clear, but at the same time work on the cutting edge technology as well. You should be updated with the AI trends, so that let's say if anything new comes across, you'd be the first one whom they would come up to. Or if they see your resume, they'd be amazed to see that okay, this person has worked on this thing as well, right? So it is very, very important. So just make sure these three things you are keeping a check, and you would definitely be competing, and you'd be out you'd be out competing the people in interviews after getting internships or at job, right? So these are your competitive advantage. Now let's move on to the next slide, and which is thank you. So these are the things that I prepared for you guys, right? And I really hope you might have understood a few things out of this small talk of mine, right? And you can connect with me on LinkedIn. This is my username, right? You can connect with me on Twitter. This is my username. If you're someone who's getting started with data science, you can check out my GitHub as well, which is bhav09. I am top 500 profiles in India on GitHub, so you can definitely give that a check as well. I'm not very much active in open source, but there is a lot of things that I upload for free. There are a lot of free resources as well for you to learn from. So you can definitely give that a check as well. So these are a few things that were from my side. And let me know if you have any questions. We are open to questions. And yep.
So thank you, Via, for this insightful session. We have collected some questions that we got from Google Form from the students. So I am asking you, you can answer that question so that everyone can understand about these questions. Sure?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So the first question is how one can learn AI on an own. Like what can be some free resources so that if anyone wants to learn AI and machine learning, so how can someone learn that?
It's a very good
Uh,
question. Yeah, I hope I'm audible. So it's a very good question, and There are a few things that you must definitely understand. Right. एक तो पहले I can tell यार, when the session is about generative AI, you don't even have to ask questions to me यार. Generative ChatGPT would answer every question of yours, guys. So of course I'd answer the questions, right? That is exactly why I'm here for. But I'm just telling you, you now do not really have to spend a lot of money, give a lot of money to other institutes. You can just simply learn things for free, yeah, by yourself, just by leveraging ChatGPT to its fullest. Right. So yeah, coming back to the question, how can one get started in AI and how can one learn and get into it? AI, machine learning, whatever it is, right? So there are a couple of things that you should definitely give it a check. It is something. It is kind of a solution for you, which would work not only for AI but for anything that you would want to get into. Right? Let's say you won't want to become a blockchain developer. Right? It would help you in that as well. Right? You want to become a front end developer. It will help you in that as well. Anything. It is a generic solution that I'd be giving you right now. Right? Go on LinkedIn, search the job role that you want to be in, check 20 openings of different companies, and write down all the skills that are mentioned in them. Encircle the common ones, encircle the skills that are common across all of them, okay? And then get started with those. So let's say you want to become a data scientist. You went on LinkedIn, you searched like data scientist, and then you see that okay, there are 4 5 skills that are common out there. Python is there, machine learning algorithms is there, Excel is there, SQL is there, right? Data visualization is there, or probably even automation is there, just for an example. All right. So now you have understood that okay, these 5 6 skills are there. Now I just have to focus on these 5 6 skills, because if I master these 5 to 6 skills, then I actually am covering 60 to 70%, even 80% of the job description across all the different job openings at different companies, right? So this is one very easy way to understand what skills you need to learn and which are those skills, right? Now just when you know the skills, just go to YouTube, type down free tutorial on Python, right? You'd get plenty of it. Now how to shortlist, there are various metrics: number of views, number of comments, number of the time, how old this video is, and etc etc. If you are a video person, you can go on YouTube to learn it. Video tutorials would be there. If you are someone who likes to read and then learn, go on Medium, go on, just Google it up. You'd get a lot of results on Geeks for Geeks, etc etc etc. Right? So yep, that's it. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, sure. So the next question is, how exactly data science jobs means making only algorithm or just sorting data?
Data science, it is not about, okay, can you repeat the question?
How exactly data science jobs means making only algorithm or just sorting data?
Yeah, man, it actually depends on the kind of data science job you're working. That if you are working as a researcher, you'll have to make new algorithms. If you are working for a company that expects you to make solutions out of the existing solutions, existing algorithms, then you'll have to leverage the existing algorithms to make solutions for the businesses. If you are someone who is who's in like as a data entry person for a data entry job, then you would be hired for that. You'll have to do that. It is very subjective to the kind of role that you are in. So yeah,
Okay, okay. So the next question is core. What is the core idea of AI, and what are the work and roles or that need to be performed or developed in AI?
core roles again. What are the
Core.
core roles? Can you
Yes, yeah.
yeah? Can you please repeat that once again? What are the core roles and?
What are what is the core idea of AI, and what are the work roles or duties to be performed or developed in AI?
Okay, understood. So, so there are a few. The core idea of AI is that you have data, right? You train model on that data, and then you predict outcomes. So if I want to tell whether that person is a boy or a girl, I would have features of boys, I would have features for girls, and then when I have got a better understanding of what makes a person look like a boy, what makes a person look like a girl, and then when you suddenly ask me, okay, that random person you see, whether that person is a boy or a girl. So on the basis of the things that I have learned from the data that you had given me, the features that I've understood, then I'd be able to tell you that okay, this person that is going out there is a boy or is a girl, like that. So that is the core idea of AI, artificial intelligence, right? It is to make machines intelligent. It is to enable machines to predict things just like make decisions just like humans do, right? And the duties performed for developing AI is again, you should have data, you should have good amount of so you should have good skills to pre-process the data, and then you should make sure that the output that your model or is generating is accurate, right? So yep.
Okay, sure. Thank you, Bia. Now we are starting our Q&A round where audience can ask their questions, and there is a feedback form in the chat. Uh, Everyone fill that form. A certificate will be provided to you when you will fill the form. Okay. So one by one, you can raise your hand. We will allow you to ask question from permission.
And guys, it's completely okay. You do not necessarily have to talk in English. If you are अगर हिंदी में comfortable हो, I'm comfortable in talking
Yes.
Hindi as well.
Hello. Hi, I hope I'm audible.
Yep, you're audible.
Yes, so my question to you is that what were the initial projects that you worked on that helped you land your first internship or anything like that?
First of all, it would really be good if anyone who's asking the question, if they could introduce themselves, like thoda bahut, okay, what their name is, what college they are from, what year that is. That
Yeah,
would be.
sure. Okay, so I am Shrishti. I'm a fourth year student
Mm-hmm.
and I am from KIT Group of Institutions, Delhi. Right.
Oh, nice. Uh, Nice to meet you, Shrishti. That's a very good question. So, in my case, when I was trying to get into data science, right, COVID and all of that was there, and I had actually got my internship at Rakuten. It was an off-campus placement. I didn't go uh, like campus placements के through. तो the projects that actually I had worked on, जो projects में मैंने काम किया था, they were very diverse, they were adding value. One project was to मैंने एक Discord bot बनाया था जो कॉलेज स्टूडेंट्स की हेल्प करेगा जॉब्स ढूंढने के लिए, जॉब्स को फिल्टर करने के लिए. तो जैसे कि लेट्स से यू आर लुकिंग फॉर अ जॉब इन गूगल, सो गूगल के लिए अलग है, you'll have to subscribe to Google again, and then it would give you highlights, right? अगर you want to get notifications for Microsoft का अलग है, JP Morgan का अलग है, Adobe के jobs का अलग है. There is no one common which would give you. I mean, of course, LinkedIn is there, right? But it doesn't help you search across different like domains, right?
So like,
Across different
sorry for
countries.
interrupting, but like,
Hmm.
is it important that we only focus on building unique projects so we can take on the existing projects and work on them and make something of the same sort that exists already?
Very, very good question. I personally believe in making unique projects, Srishti. Why? Because if I am also building something which someone else has built, right? Why would you value
Then the
me? Why
point is
would
that,
you?
sometimes you do lack the creativity, the creative edge that you might not come up with a solution that is not existing already. So in that scenario, what do you suggest?
Creativity is just uh,
Even the
knowledge
problem
and
solving
awareness.
ability, to crack a space where you can actually work.
No, it's like the more you read, the better you'd get at it. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
Lack of creativity is just lack of knowledge. The more things you have worked on, the more things you read, the more you understand, okay, there are these loopholes in between these two things, and how can I build a solution which would be able to bridge the gap between it?
Yes, that really makes sense because obviously, you'd want to have to know something to maybe expand your horizon or dive into the paradigm, maybe that, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've truly believed in this aspect that if I'm not being able to get a creative solution, that is probably because I don't know enough about the topic. So I just suggest you to read more and more things and try to build unique solutions. Because if you are just building something which is repetitive, and try to understand it from this aspect. If I come here and talk or blabber in front of you something which you guys already know, would you guys
Yeah.
want to show interest? How likely would you do that, right?
Yeah.
So if it applies to you, right, it
Mm-hmm.
applies to anyone else out there.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep, build something which would grab the attention of that interviewer. If I'm not telling anything that is actually adding value, or if I'm not telling you anything that I'm sure you might have never heard of, then how would I get your attention? If I have no attention, I have no one to talk to. तो फिर ये सेशन मैं किसका ले रहा हूँ जब लोग ही नहीं है तो
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
Yep.
Also, one last question, if you allow me to ask.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So in these recent times, when you know that there are layoffs happening, and even I've been laid off and kind of had an offer revoke thing happen to me. So, like, what are your suggestions to people like me who are struggling, to actually crack that space and find their spot? What is that one advice you'd want to give?
First of all, I'm really very sorry that you had to go through this, Shrishti. It is a very unfortunate thing that is happening. Even my best friend got laid off, and he actually got laid off.
Yeah, I mean, it is so unprecedented that they eventually roll out your application, and the next day they have the audacity to come up to you and say that, oh, sorry, we don't have the requirement to get you in. So yeah, it's kind of really sad. I don't know what to say about it.
I absolutely understand your concern. And again, I'm really, very sorry that you had to go through this. Uh,
Oh no, it's okay. I guess a lot of us are part of it. So yeah, it's just a time.
yeah. So I would say that the best thing that you can do for yourself is, first of all, be patient. It's just a temporary thing. Uh, there is this one excerpt in Gita which says agama paino, which means that this is temporary. ये आएगा और जाएगा. It is like that, right? So in the meantime, how you can utilize this time is by working on yourself, by revising things, right? Because
Yeah,
आज अगर वो हायर नहीं कर रहे हैं, अरे कभी तो करेंगे. वो
yeah,
बोल रहे हैं कि आज हमने दरवाजा बंद कर दिया, अरे कभी तो खोलोगे. बंद ही रखोगे
right.
क्या? नहीं ना. तो कभी तो तुम्हारी बारी आएगी ना. वो हो सकता है अगले महीने आ जाए, हो सकता है 2 महीने में आए, हो सकता है अगले हफ्ते आ जाए यार. यू नेवर नो.
Yeah.
बट इट इज जस्ट दैट यू हैव टू बी प्रिपेयर्ड. वो बोले कि हमने दरवाजा खोल दिया, अब तुम बोल रहे हो कि मैं वहां पे आना चाहती हूँ. ठीक है, मेरा मन तो है पर मैं प्रिपेयर्ड ही नहीं हूँ.
Yeah, so like there's no time to slack. I mean, that's about it. Okay.
Yep. Whenever it knocks your door, just open it. But you have to make sure that you are so prepared that you're just standing on the door कि तो एक बार खटखटा तो सही तुरंत खोल दूंगी.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? I hope I answered your question. Do you have any other questions? Or
Yeah, no, thank you so much. Yeah.
I wish you all the best, Shrishti.
Yes, thank you, Sasi. Bhaiya, there is one more question from Kunal. He is asking, could generative AI make use of voice access?
क्या 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 फिर से बोलना.
There is a question in the chat, like, could generative AI make use of voice access?
Voice access मतलब?
Kunal, can you turn on your mic and explain your question to Bhaiya? Is there any doubt from you guys? Then you can ask your
अच्छा चलो ठीक है, जितना मैं समझ पाया उतना मैं बोलता हूँ. जैसे कि जनरेटिव एआई को आप यूज कर सकते हो
voice
आवाज,
access.
वॉइस एक्सेस ज़्यादा मैं समझ रहा हूँ कि जैसे कि अगर उसको फॉर एग्जांपल अगर लता मंगेशकर की आवाज़ बनानी है तो हाँ यार, यू कैन यूज दैट. तुम्हारा आज मन कर रहा है अमिताभ बच्चन की आवाज़ में बोलने का, यू कैन डू दैट. देयर आर टूल्स आउट देयर बाहर, एंड आई एम नॉट किडिंग यू. तुम्हें तुम्हारा कोई टीचर पसंद नहीं है, ठीक है, तुम उसको अमिताभ बच्चन की आवाज़ में डब करके किसी अननोन नंबर से, जो भी मैं आगे मैं आइडिया नहीं देना चाहूँ, ठीक है. तो हाँ, तुम सब कर सकते हो. दैट इज पॉसिबल.
Okay, thank you, Kunal, that you got the point. Is there any question from anyone? Then they can ask directly.
हाँ यार, कुछ है तो पूछो.
Actually, friendly session है. Anyone can ask their question.
अगर अभी कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं है तो कोई बात नहीं. You can ask and reach out to me on LinkedIn. Vishaka, did you share my profile?
Yes, I have shared in the chat box.
अच्छा, okay, एक
I
मिनट.
will I also share in the groups too. Okay, so there is one more announcement. If anyone wants to join summer training, where we will like it will be of data science summer training, where Bhavishya Bhaiya will teach you the whole concept of data science. It will be of 1 month and it will cost of 300 rupees for whole month. So if anyone wants to join, so that so they can visit on our website www.practice.com training. So I have put the link in the comment section too. So that's all from our side. If anyone has any doubt, they can ask. And if anyone have no don't have any doubt, so we can end this session here.
यार 2 क्वेश्चन आए हैं, फटाफट उनको आंसर कर देते हैं.
Yeah, sure, sure.
हाँ, मोहम्मद रुशान का आया है कि हाउ शुड वी स्टार्ट एज एन एआई स्टूडेंट स्टडिंग इन सेकंड सेमेस्टर. तो यार सबसे पहले अगर तुम सेकंड सेमेस्टर में हो तो पहले सबसे ज़्यादा है ना चीज़ें नई नई पढ़ो. ठीक है, पहले उसमें रुचि बनाओ, इंटरेस्ट पैदा करो उसमें. ठीक है, बिकॉज यू हैव 6 मोर सेमेस्टर, यू जस्ट डोंट वांट योर इंटरेस्ट टू फेड आउट. तो उसमें रुचि बनाओ. रुचि कैसे बनेगी? जब आप और पढ़ोगे उसके बारे में. ठीक है, तो पढ़ते जाओ उस चीज़ के बारे में, अलग अलग ब्लॉग्स पढ़ो. जब इंटरेस्ट बनने लग गया, अब तुम बोलोगे भाई अब मेरे को इसी चीज़ में घुसना है. ठीक है, वो फिक्स हो गया अब एक. तो जाओ फिर पाइथन पढ़ो, फिर जाके सीक्वल पढ़ लो, जाके मैथ्स पढ़ लो, प्रोजेक्ट्स बना लो, हैकेथॉन्स में पार्ट ले लो. बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं. ठीक है, हर एक का लर्निंग कब अलग होता है, हर एक की प्रेफरेंसेस अलग होती हैं. बट सारी कुछ भी लर्निंग कर वो आपका कैसा भी हो, किसी भी ऑर्डर में आपने जैसे चीज़ें सीखी हुई आप सीखना चाहते हो. कोई बोलेगा मैं पहले सीक्वल सीखूंगा, फिर पाइथन सीखूंगा, फिर मैथ सीखूंगा, फिर मशीन लर्निंग सीखूंगा, फिर प्रोजेक्ट्स बनाऊंगा. कोई बोलेगा भाई मैं प्रोजेक्ट्स बनाते बनाते ही पाइथन सीख लूंगा, प्रोजेक्ट्स बनाते बनाते ही मैथ्स सीक्वल वगैरह सब साथ में ही सीख लूंगा. मैं प्रोजेक्ट्स ऐसे बनाऊंगा जो मुझे हेल्प करेंगे सारा सब कुछ सीखने में. हर एक का तरीका अलग होता है. ठीक है, बट दोनों केस में एक चीज़ कॉमन रहती है, वो है इंटरेस्ट. अगर इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, इफ यू डू नॉट हैव इंटरेस्ट यू वुड नॉट वर्क. व्हेन यू वुड नॉट वर्क यू वुड नॉट गेट द जॉब डन. तो इंटरेस्ट बनाओ सबसे पहले, चीज़ें पढ़ो, familiarize yourself more towards the topic, right? So I hope that answered your question. दूसरा क्वेश्चन है वृद्धि का. हाय वृद्धि. नॉट मच इन हाउ कैन वी स्टार्ट लर्निंग. यार एमएल है ना एआई का एक सबसेट है. तो अगर आप बोलते हो कि मैं एआई में इंटरेस्टेड हूँ पर एमएल में नहीं हूँ, आई डू नॉट एग्जैक्टली नो. एआई बेसिकली एआई तब कहलाया जाता है जब वो पीपीटी में बात हो रही होती है. ठीक है, जब उसके कोड में बात, जब कोड लेकर आप बात करने लग जाओगे ना तो वो एमएल हो जाता है. ठीक है, एक बहुत ही फनी एग्जांपल बताया मैंने बट वो फैक्ट है. ठीक है, तो जितना भी मैंने तुम्हारे सामने भी जो सारी बातें की हैं वो एआई इससे था क्योंकि वो पीपीटी में था. अगर मैं कोड जुपिटर नोटबुक खोल के दिखाता तो वो तो मशीन लर्निंग बोलता रहता, डेटा साइंस बोलता रहता. ठीक है, तो बस वही है, जो भी आप कर रहे हो स्टार्ट करने का वही तरीका होता है, पहले इंटरेस्ट बनाओ. ठीक है, देन लिंक्डइन पे जाओ यार सबसे पहले, जिस जॉब रोल के लिए जाना है या जो तुम्हें लग रहा है. पहले पाइथन वगैरह ये सारी चीज़ें तो सब में कॉमन है. ठीक है, तो पाइथन सीक्वल एक अच्छा डीएसए पे ग्रिप बना के रखो. ये सारी चीज़ें अच्छे से करके रख लो. ठीक है, एंड आप बाकी बाद में सारी चीज़ें हो जाएंगी. प्रोजेक्ट्स अच्छे बनाओ, यूनिक प्रोजेक्ट्स बनाओ. ठीक है, इट इज़ जस्ट द सेम फ्लो, उसमें कुछ अलग नहीं है. और वो चाहे आप किस कॉलेज से आते हो, ये सारी चीज़ें स्टार्टिंग में थोड़ा बहुत मैटर करती हैं. ठीक है, बट अगर आपकी, जैसे कि मैं पीपीटी में बता रहा था आपके लिए कॉम्पिटेटिव एजेस क्या हैं. ठीक है, तो उसमें मैंने एक वैल्यू एडिशन का था, एक कटिंग एज टेक्नोलॉजी का था, बट एक जो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट था उसमें वो था आपकी खुद की पर्सनल ब्रांड. आपकी क्या पर्सनल ब्रांड है, आपका कोई अच्छी प्रोफाइल है. अगर जैसे कि आज मैं अगर विशाखा का नाम सर्च करूं गूगल पे तो क्या मुझे बहुत तगड़ी तगड़ी चीज़ें दिख जाएंगी बाहर. मैं फैन हो जाऊंगा देख के, क्या अरे यार क्या मस्त काम किया है इस लड़की ने. या क्या क्या है बंदे का नाम, हिमांशु आई बिलीव. तो क्या हिमांशु की अगर मैं प्रोफाइल देखूं या शुभम की मैं प्रोफाइल देखूं तो क्या मुझे वैसी चीज़ें दिख जाएंगी? अपने आप से पूछो. राइट? ऐसा काम करो कि आपको गूगल पे ढूंढना ईजी हो जाए, राइट? तो वैसी चीज़ें आप करो, अपनी पर्सनल ब्रांड बनाओ। प्रदीश का है, आई जस्ट टेक द लास्ट क्वेश्चन, राइट? उसके बाद गाइज इफ यू हैव एनी अदर क्वेश्चंस प्लीज रीच आउट टू मी ऑन लिंक्डइन, आई डेफिनेटली लव टू इंटरेक्ट विद यू। मैं आपकी हेल्प जरूर करना चाहूँगा, ठीक है? क्या है
हेलो।
ओके, वो फीडबैक के लिए दूसरा पूछता है। कूल। हाँ, समवन वाज सेइंग समथिंग आई बिलीव।
हेलो
हाँ बोलो।
सर जी, जैसे मेरे एमबीए का लास्ट सेमेस्टर है
ओके,
मार्केटिंग में, तो मुझे इसमें एआई जो आप बता रहे हो वो किस तरह से हेल्प कर सकता है?
आप एमबीए आपका लास्ट सेमेस्टर है,
हाँ
यार
जी।
डिपेंड करता है कि आपको उसको कैसे यूज करना है, ठीक है? अब जैसे कि जो बिजनेसेस हैं, मैं एक
हाँ
बहुत
जी।
मैं एक बहुत ही सिंपल एग्जांपल देता हूँ, ठीक है?
ओके।
आप किसी एक फर्म में काम कर रहे हो, ठीक है?
या। हाँ
आपको
जी।
वो वो फर्म काम कैसे करती है ये पता है, ठीक है?
यस। हाँ जी। हाँ जी।
उसके स्टेटमेंट्स पता है, ठीक है?
हाँ जी।
वो कहाँ पे किस बॉल पे चौका मारते हैं, किस बॉल पे छक्का मारते हैं और किस बॉल पे आउट होते हैं, ये भी पता है आपको, ठीक है?
राइट। हाँ जी।
तो आप एआई को यूज ये कर सकते हो बताने में कि भैया जिस बॉल पे तुम आउट होते हो ना, उसका अगर
हाँ
तुम
जी।
एआई सोल्यूशन कर लोगे तो तुम उस बॉल पे भी चौका मारने लग जाओगे।
ओके।
हाँ, तो एमबीए वाले स्टूडेंट हो तो बिजनेस अंडरस्टैंडिंग तुम्हारी अच्छी होगी आई बिलीव। अगर तुम तुम्हारी सॉर्ट ऑफ टेक्निकल अंडरस्टैंडिंग अच्छी कर लोगे, ठीक है? तो तुम एक सिर्फ बिजनेस ओरिएंटेड बंदे नहीं कराओगे, फिर तुम टेक प्लस बिजनेस के बारे में बात कर पाओगे, तुम एक अलग नया पर्सपेक्टिव ला के दे पाओगे।
ठीक है जी। वैसे तो मैं एआई टूल्स यूज करता हूँ सारे।
हाँ,
मैं। हाँ जी।
बट सिर्फ आई डोंट नो, एआई टूल्स बोल रहे हो तो क्या नो कोड टूल्स हैं या क्या वो डैशबोर्डिंग वाला काम है या क्या है? आई हैव नो क्लू, ठीक है? बस मैं ये बोलूंगा, थोड़ा कोड पे हाथ डालने की कोशिश करो, उससे एक लॉजिकल अंडरस्टैंडिंग बेटर बनती है, ठीक है? आई बिलीव तुम्हारा नाम
ओके।
नवप्रीत है, तो नवप्रीत
यस
यार
सर।
उससे लॉजिकल अंडरस्टैंडिंग अच्छी बनती है तो इंटरव्यू में स्मार्टली जवाब दे पाओगे यार। मतलब स्मार्ट इंसान को कौन हायर नहीं करना चाहता यार, है ना? तो
राइट। ओके, थैंक यू सर।
ऑल द बेस्ट नवप्रीत।
थैंक यू।
ओके, कूल गाइज, थैंक यू वेरी मच। मैं भी एक्चुअली भी ऑफिस में बैठा हूँ, मुझे घर जाना है। बैंगलोर में इस टाइम तक बहुत तगड़ा ट्रैफिक हो जाता है, बैंड बज जाएगा मेरा। बट आई रियली होप आप लोगों को सेशन अच्छा लगा होगा, आप लोगों ने कुछ इससे नई चीज़ें सीखी होंगी। इफ़ यू गाइस हैव एनी क्वेश्चंस फील फ्री टू रीच आउट टू मी ऑन लिंक्डइन एंड आई वुड लव टू हेल्प यू।
ओके, सो सब लोग रिएक्ट कर सकते हैं कि सेशन कैसा लगा, तो रिएक्शन के तौर पे सब लोग बता सकते हैं। देन वी विल एंड दिस सेशन।
Thanks a lot guys, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot Vishaka, thanks a lot Swadesh, I don't know whether he is here, ठीक है? So thanks a lot all, मुझे काफ़ी अच्छा लगा आप लोगों से बात करके।
ओके, थैंक यू भैया। ठीक है,
Yep.
नाउ यू ऑल कैन